Okay, good evening and welcome to this Motzei Shabbos edition of Iyun Benzion, Nedarim Yud Ches, number 18, Chai. The Gemara, towards the bottom, Yochem and Aleph, introduces a statement of Rav. Amar Rav, Nishal Rishona Shnia Chalalav. He's referencing the Mishnah. The Mishnah on Yud Zayin says that as opposed to Nazirus, right, a Nazirus is Chal. If it says Harini Nazir, Harini Nazir, so a Nazirus is Chal and Nazirus. A Shvua, the second Shvua is not Chal. So we try to explain the difference in Iyun Benzion and Daf Yud Zayin, and said that the difference is that we hold like Shmuel. Nazirus basically is an Isra on the Chefsa, on your body. Your body becomes it's like a neder where you have a piece of meat. Your body is the piece of meat by Nazirus. The kedusha is chal on your body. Like the Gemara's mashmin yochem and beis, right? By Nazirus, your gufe ma'ayol sveka, your body. It's chal on your body. So if Nazirus is chal on your body, so therefore, when I take a Nazirus, it's chal on my body. I take the same exact Nazirus, so therefore, it's not meaningless, the words, because the first words are chal on a chefsa, and the second words also have a place to be chal on the chefsa. Practically, I can't do two Nazirus at the same time because you're only one person. You only do one Nazirus at a time. But therefore, after the first Nazirus is over, I have time to do the second Nazirus because the way when it's chal on the chefsa, it has something to be chal on, as opposed to a shvua, which is an isra gabra, which is just an oath that I'm not going to do an action. I'll give you a piece of bread. So therefore, once I already committed not to eat this loaf of bread, my words are meaningless. They're meaningless. An isra gabra on an isra gabra. Isra gabra is no welcome to be chal. It's just stating I'm going to do an action. I'm taking an oath. I'm going to do something. It's not chal on chefsa, like the Gemara said, not Benzion with beis, right? Isra neder nazirus is an isra chefsa, and shvu is an isra gabra. Isra gabra, the second place. So what does Rav mean over here? That I think a shvu, I'm not going to eat a piece of bread. A shvu, I'm not going to eat a piece of bread, and then 2 days later he's matir his shvu. So why is the second one chal? It was meaningless, the words. So based on Rava, we have to amend what we said about Shvuah a little differently. And actually, we don't have to amend it at all. I'm going to give a unique explanation over here. Yes, it is meaningless. Technically, the second words is meaningless, and it's batel. It's batel miyad. It's batel miyad. However, we're going to talk more about hataras nedarim. It's called b'mashal on neder, shoal on his neder. He comes, shoal means he asks a basin to be matir his neder, and he says, if I would have known that this piece of bread is so yummy, it's so tasty, I never would have taken the shvuah. So they said, oh really? You didn't know it was so tasty? Yeah, I didn't know it was tasty. I grew up in America. They had this white bread they sold. It wasn't so good. It wasn't so fresh. Here come to Israel, the bread's really good. I just made aliyah to Israel. I didn't know the bread here was so good. So Benzion says, okay, so the first shvuah is gone, the second shvuah, but then you took a second shvuah, so now it's chal retroactively, because the idea, we'll talk more about hataras nedarim, as opposed to hafaras nedarim, which is by a father vis-a-vis his wife or vis-a-vis his daughter, he blocks the neder. Hafara is really mikanal haba, like the Gemara says. Hatara means like it existed, but you're stopping it. Hatara means that you untie the neder, meaning that the neder of the shvuah never took effect in the first place. So retroactively, right, going back in time, that's what we're doing with the hataras and nedarim. You're going back in time, and you're saying, okay, delete his first statement. His second statement took effect, right? So if retroactively we delete his first statement, instead of saying this piece of bread is usher, this piece of bread is usher, okay, first statement is deleted. So now the second statement has validity because you never ushered yourself from eating a piece of bread. You only ushered the first statement is gone. If it's gone, retroactively, going back in time. And that we'll have to talk more about hataras nedarim. But you see from this Gemara, I think this is clear. I think this is the way of explaining it. Hataras nedarim really just unties the entire neder, like never happened in the first place. Retroactively, therefore, when I take the second shvuah, there was no first shvuah, so that is the first shvuah, and therefore it is chal retroactively. That's the koach of hataras nedarim. We'll talk more about that going forward. Hope you enjoyed tonight's shir. See you in the next one.